As a follow-on from my previous video about Hector and his third ability being seemingly fixed in this most recent update, another addition has been the auto rally feature. Royal lords and ladies can now join allies rally automatically even when offline. The entrance of the feature will be right at the Alliance War screen. So to access this, you go to Alliance down here, then Alliance War, and then down here in this bottom right hand corner, you'll have this auto rally system here. So there are a lot of things to take in here. You have 5 little checkboxes that you can interact with. You have queuing location. You have a little battle record here. You have rules all over. But as a simple summary of this, pretty much if you have limited game time and you find yourself forgetting about joining rebel camps or just not finding the time to do so consistently, and maybe you're losing out on awakening books through that and whatnot, you can now use this system before you log off once a day to bring those chests in for you without any additional effort whatsoever. So you can filter the rallies that you will automatically join by limiting your troops up to your hospital capacity, the distance of them, the level of the camp here, and also the duration of the rallies here. I would probably advise to realistically tick this one to within 10 minutes, just to filter out any potential hiding rallies that go up. Even if you get invaded on your kingdom, for example, and you're quite a centralized alliance, maybe whilst you're off, your alliance is going to put hiding rallies up to blank people on. Just ticking it to within 10 minutes should filter it to be only the actual normal camp rallies. And that is another thing to note, this only works on rebel camps. It does not work on other players, it does not work on the alliance boss or anything like that either, dragon rallies. It's simply rebel camps which give the spoiled chests. The other thing you can filter is the amount of troops that you join these rallies with automatically. You can see a small description there of how they are assigned, but the way these troops, with the current system at least, will be selected will effectively be autofill, and that basically means that the highest tier of troops will be selected first. So I would probably advise, if you're doing this, to just limit your participating troop preset to 1. Your dragons also will not be included in this troop preset, so if you're used to sending, say, like 700k, but you have the reinforcement dragon skill, and you send like 45, and the reinforcement skill will normally just nullify those losses which you would otherwise have. That will not be the case with this camp auto rally system. So if you want to bypass that and not have any annoying heals to do, then limit it to 1, 10, 100 troops or something, and that should prevent any annoying, unnecessary deaths. Maybe if you're in a smaller alliance on a newer kingdom, for example, and you actually need high amounts of participating troops, you can obviously send more and adapt to your situation, but I would imagine for most people watching, you can get away with just 1 troop on this system. Now, I already have this active, so I'll just stop that and redo it quickly just to show you what it looks like. So you see here, I'm not currently open to Camp Auto Rally. When I click open, this will start a 24-hour timer on it, which means you are going to have to effectively refresh this once a day. It won't last an extended period of time, so you will somewhat have to keep on top of this, even though it is a time efficiency feature effectively. You see here, when I click open, it will say here, current location number 1. What this number 1 means is I'm number 1 in the queue. So say you're in a kingdom with 60 people in your alliance, you all set up this camp auto rally system. Someone puts a rebel camp up, and then 29 people join into that from position 1 through 29. That rebel camp will then go ahead, and then numbers 30 to 59 will then be the new number 1 through 29, and they'll then fill into this next rally. and anyone that joined into that first rally will then be at the back of the queue, and it will continue in that sequencing just so everyone can get in and get the chest that they are after throughout. So I will show now exactly how this works. This will be slightly annoying because it does seem to start a 1 minute timer on this. So from what I can tell, when this here goes to 4 minutes, pretty much exactly, Kate here will join my rally. So there is a bit of a delay. I guess that is to allow more active players to be able to join manually rather than just having it instantly fill with all these auto rally people, so that if you are active, you can effectively just not get into these camps whatsoever unless you also use this auto rally system and get into a high queue positioning there. So the time is ticking down, just 10 more seconds. I'll watch it like this. So 4, 3, 2, 1. You should see a march there, right on the exact 1 minute mark. So there's a 1 minute delay to it, and then I can send the rally, and Kate will get the chest and the rewards just as you would any other rebel camp. So it is quite a nice feature, I think, if you are in a position where you would like to get those additional rewards, but you often find yourself just not having the time or just forgetting about it. Setting this up is very simple. Yes, you will have to remember to do it once a day. Maybe they could increase that a little bit, but on the same note, I can see why it is 24 hours, because if like 100 people could set this up, the queuing system and getting into these camps could get very annoying, honestly, if people just permanently had that. It's a fairly simple mechanic, so I don't think too much analysis really needs to be done on it. I would again just advise to keep this participating troop preset to 1, just because of that fact that you can't send your dragons and the way it autofills the highest tier of troop in there. You will have deaths. So here I sent 1 on Kate and it died because there's no reinforcement skill to tank the losses. So all my dead from my own account would effectively be negated here through the reinforcement skill. All of those are offset, but because Kate's march didn't have the reinforcement skill in it because of the lack of dragon, then she tanks losses on her own march. So just to be safe, sending 1 troop is definitely the best option there to avoid unnecessary frustration, I think.